Well, it's 12 o'clock. Guess it's the 15th now.
1. What is the productivity challenge? 100-day challenge was created in around 2018. I'm not sure about the original site. However, I will leave a link to all of the ones that I found. The main tenets are to spend 100 days doing at least one thing productive, and the other one is to try and record it on a blog or at least in your own journal. Some people will go with only 1 hour of productivity a day. Others will take goals for a week. How do you like my so professional camera setup? A pile of books stacked on top of a bottle of beer. Part 2. What am I doing? So, my plan is not to go with the 1 hour a day or the 1 hour or the goals just for each week changing, or the 1 goal a day. What I'm planning on doing is trying to set up an entire system. So I'm trying to set up some win conditions and some loss conditions, as well as creating a daily routine. So yeah, I have a lot of pens. I need to use them up, okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, I did some brainstorming late last night / early this morning, and I'm just going to erase that just now, and I'll go over it as we get to it. So, what you're going to see is that I've got roughly 4 sections. Kind of looks more like 6 right now, but you're probably going to see that one part is just the title. Another part will be the number of days, so I can literally track it day by day. The next part after that is going to be the part about the routine, and then as well as what is the purpose of the challenge for me, and then underneath that is the win and loss conditions. So the purpose of the challenge for me is to create essentially an entire system that's quite flexible but still allows me to achieve a lot of goals. So my hope is that, because I'll be going back to college in the fall, and I'm hoping to try and get a job, as I've been applying for jobs this entire summer. Anyway, the plan is to try and have a schedule that, while it's flexible, I'm still able to change it, especially since this is going to go from July 15th to October 23rd. That will be 100 days, but that's going to take me across both the summer term, at least 1 moving, probably 2 movings, maybe even 3 if I get really unlucky, and actually no, unlucky is 4. If I have to move 4 times in 1 month, I will scream loudly in the middle of the Sheridan Woods, though, so nobody's going to hear me. Anyway, back to business. But it's also going to be through the school term and through the majority of my projects, probably. So, oh look, I'm trying to use my phone to mark out lines, and then I realized I can draw straight lines by hand without it then using the phone, which I think something says probably goes to say that I'm not good at using the phone as a ruler, and less about how straight my lines are. So the purpose for me is to create systemic change, but my main part is the routine. So the routine has a couple bits to it. There is 1, I have 3 check-in points. The check-in points are going to be at 5 a.m., which is 5th hour of the day, then 1 p.m. or 13 for those of you using the 24-hour clock, and then 11 p.m. or 23 for those using the international clock or using the 24-hour clock. So as you can see, I'm just covering up a couple lines I drew by mistake with white gel pen. The reason why is I just don't want them to be noticeable and to distract me. I don't really care about covering it up. Like, I don't care about having a mistake there. I just don't want it to get in the way. Also, yes, I know I need a better gel pen, but to be honest, it's okay for what it usually does, which is not this. Covering up black lines on white paper is probably like the worst challenge for any kind of liner. Usually this gets used as an extra white spot on top of watercolors. So, I'm just quickly going to go over the wind conditions. So, I had a couple ideas for wind conditions. I have a couple that are automatic wins, and one of those is completing my top 3 goals. The other one is completing the top 7 goals. There are other things, including petting a cat. Okay, yeah, I like cats. That will increase it. Score. My idea is to have a score of 13 points by the end of the day. Please look at this dubious plant while I check my phone and change the station that I'm on. Just drawing in some fancy doodly bits, because I really like doing this. I mean, also, I don't know about you, but when I'm using my bullet journal, like, part of the reason why I started using it instead of a normal sketchbook or, not sketchbook, but notebook or agenda is because I can have it being as decorative as I want, and I can change it up, and I get to control it and like sizing for things. Anyway, so I added some detail around the numbers, and then I started just numbering in the days from 1 to 100. I didn't put in when the day was, just what it was. So, like, just the number. As you can see, I'm not really doing it in a linear fashion, but oh well. I got fairly bored of it. I have to admit, it's not my most favorite activity to do. You know, just writing down a list of random numbers over and over again. Stop the presses! Because I was listening to the radio, I just found out that it was International Cat Day and had to write that down. Well, that was embarrassing. So, why is this video here? Why should you care? You shouldn't care. Everything in the world always gets worse. So, well, that was a bit cynical. So, my main plan is to release one video every day. Most of them will be of a full piece of artwork, or possibly a full post, like a full bullet journal. Most of the videos will be over 10 minutes long. This one, however, is short, as you can tell. Anyway, thanks for watching.